fans, glad you found us. Welcome to another episode of This Week in the Blues. I'm your host, Jimbo Big Train Madsen. So let's take a look at what happened this week in blues history. Let's start this week with blues guitar master Buddy Guy, who was born on July 30th in 1936. Buddy Guy is one of the most celebrated blues guitarists of his generation, possessing a sound and style that embodies the traditions of classic Chicago blues while also embracing the fire and flash of rock and roll. Guy began his recording career in 1959 and scored his first hit in 1960 with First Time I Met the Blues. Guy received the National Medal of the Arts in 2003 and was awarded Kennedy Center Honors in 2012. In 2005, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, both Eric Clapton and B.B. King presenting him with his award. Electric blues musician Big Jack Johnson was born on July 30th, 1939 in Lambert, Mississippi. The ex-oil truck driver was one of the present-day players of an edgier, electrified version of the raw, uncut Delta blues sound. He was also one of a small number of blues musicians who played the mandolin. He won a W.C. Handy Award in 2003 for Best Acoustic Blues Album. Johnson was posthumously awarded a plaque on the Clarksdale, Mississippi's Walk of Fame in August 2011 and has a marker on the Mississippi Blues Trail. Blues bassist Ernest Big Crawford was born on July 1st back in 1897. He was a premier blues bassist of his generation and played with Muddy Waters, Sunnyland Slim, Little Walter, Memphis Minnie, Jimmy Rogers, Big Maceo, Big Bill Brunzi, Washbird Sam, Memphis Slim, and Mahalia Jackson. Now that's an impressive resume. Unfortunately, there isn't much more information available about this prolific performer, but it's important to remember these artists. Blues guitarist Robert CRAY was born August 1st in 1953. He's one of the most commercially and critically successful blues artists of his generation and took his music to the upper reaches of the pop and rock charts. In 2011, CRAY was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame and received the Americana Music Lifetime Achievement Award for performance in 2017. Texas blues singer and pianist Big Walter Price was born on August 2nd back in 1917. Born near Gonzales, Texas, he later moved to San Antonio, where he released his first song called Calling Margie in 1955. In the 1960s, he signed with Peacock Records and released several of his singles. His song Pack Fair and Square was actually covered by the Jay Giles Band. He died in 2012 at the age of 94, although he claimed he was 97. On October 5th in 1951, Elmore James ushered in a new era of slide guitar with his historic recording of Dust My Broom for Trumpet Records of Jackson, Mississippi. It was the only release on the Trumpet label ever to reach Billboard's national R&B charts, and it was the only record James ever recorded for trumpet. In fact, he only recorded this one song, so Trumpet had to use another artist posing as Elmo James on the flip side. The song Dust My Broom can be traced back to Robert Johnson's I Believe I'll Dust My Broom from 1936, and then even to earlier sources before that. Well, blues fans, we just covered some of the highlights here. There were some pretty cool things, like Trumpet Records. If you haven't heard of Trumpet Records, be sure to check them out. If you want to know more about these artists or other things that happened this week in the blues, be sure to follow our social media pages or visit our website at bigtrainblues.com. We'll have a new episode next week, so we'll see you then.